Welcome to our very first tug of 2021. We hope this year holds more for us than last year, particularly as in being able to get back together in person. So welcome everybody. Today's agenda, welcome. That's where we're at now. We'll try to briefly do a get to know a member, but like I said, the Viz Games is going to take up most of the time, so we'll do one get to know a member and try not to dawdle on that. We are doing our this Viz Games session for the first time ever. We're doing a modified version of it as originally delivered by, was it Kevin or Ken Fleurlage?
Kevin.
Kevin. So we're making a couple of tweaks and gonna have some fun with that. And then if we have time, which we probably won't, we'll do best thing I learned and group therapy. Otherwise, we'll save that for next time. Really quickly, here are a few upcoming data-related events over the next month. Our next tug is scheduled for February 25th. We do have one more open presenter spot, so if you are interested, please hit myself up or any one of the tug leaders on LinkedIn, or you can email twincitiestug@gmail.com. All of these can be found on Meetup, so just search for them out there and get yourself registered. I'll chat this in the chat box as well. And then we'll just leave this open really quickly to anybody that has an event that wasn't on the list, the previous slide that I shared, or perhaps a job, an open job role. I know that there's one at nVent, Trisha, that if you didn't want to mention, I was just going to give a quick little shout out to. But yeah, and anyone else that has any other relevant announcements to make, now's the time to do that.
I can't speak to the nVent job posting that you're talking about, but I can talk to Thomson Reuters is hiring.
Oh yes, I'm sorry, that is the one.
Oh, okay, yeah. So Thomson Reuters is hiring a. It'll probably be a Tableau specialist. Will probably be the job role. So reach out to myself or Serena if you want more information.
Probably Trisha, since she knows what the actual.
Since I know what company the job role is for. Perfect. Okay. You had me scared. I was like, oh man, did I get budget I didn't even know about?
Yeah, it's a role that's identical to Trisha's current role.
Yeah, there you go. Like, oh yeah, I guess Trish doesn't work at nVent anymore. Yeah, anyone else? This is a good time to.
Yeah, hi, I'll speak up. We're going to have an open position over at Midco, where I work. Hasn't posted yet, but it'll be out there in a couple of weeks. It's going to be a financial analyst role, working in SQL, Tableau, some Excel too.
I've got somebody for you, Brad. Okay. Anybody else? Going once, going twice, gone.
If you use Alteryx, I've got two Alteryx user groups for you. We've got one the middle of February, Twin Cities based, but everyone's welcome. And then first week of March, we have North America Central Region user group. You can find those pages on Meetup if you're interested.
Awesome, thanks, Brad. For some reason, none of the Alteryx groups came up when I searched there. I was looking for them.
We're just deciding it today.
Ah, okay, maybe I was too early. All right. So get to know a member. If you guys, if this is new to you, this is where we take a volunteer from the audience to answer the questions that you see on the screen. So you can just unmute yourself if you would like to participate. Otherwise, I will quickly browse through the list and just mercilessly pick someone. So I'll give you a few seconds to think about whether you want to unmute and volunteer before I pick for you.
I would just like to say I'm pretty close to my prediction of 60 people.
Yes, you are, Luke. Are you insider trading here or something?
I should be.
All right. Well, nobody has volunteered, so I'm just gonna pick. Let's see. How about Kieran? Kieran, would you like
Sure. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Hey, Serena, good afternoon, and good
Hi.
afternoon to all the people out here. This is my first, we call it tug event.
Yep.
Yeah, so this is my first tug event. I mean, I'm based out on the East Coast. Now, the fact that, everybody works from home, I just figured out I'll dial in and see what's going on.
Yeah.
Like I said, my name is Kiran Agrawala. I work for a startup called Formulas Black, and I don't usually work on Tableau. The reason I came on this group is we solved some of Tableau's performance reporting issues for a customer using our software platform. Like some of the reporting were taking like 50 minutes, we reduced it to 2 minutes, right? So I was just curious to see what kind of issues other Tableau users might be facing. So one of the better ways to find out is to just sit in and listen to user groups like such as yours. So that is why I'm here.
Awesome. Well, welcome. Glad you could make it. Performance is an important issue, one that we talk about fairly often. So thank you for letting me fall and told you for get to know member. All right, so I think we are, 2:39, Luke, look at that. Said I'd be done by 2:40.
Oh, yes.
And Luke, I am surprised, happy to say that we are now past 60. So it was good. But... Okay. All right, Luke, Stanky, I will pass it over to you. It is your show.
Sweet. All right. I want to share this desktop. Got lots of monitors, so make sure that you guys can see it says welcome to Viz Games. Thanks, Luke, for the nod. Welcome to this first Tableau user group. We're gonna have fun in this one. We're going to, like Serena said, we're gonna do our first ever Viz Games. I'm going to attempt to facilitate this process, and you can laugh at me as I try to keep all the moving parts in order. And I think we'll have a really good time. So before we even get into anything in the details, I was like, well, what is Viz Games? That's probably a good thing to lead off with. Well, what we're gonna do is we're gonna have 2 teams of 2 people. And those 2 people, we've already got them. They're joining up. I'll give some proper introductions in a second, but I'm going through this so they know and can hear about it again, because we've only roughly chatted about it on some Slack channels about what's going to be done. So 2 people, and they're going to take a single viz and they're going to they're going to recreate it. The challenge of this is the first person, who we're going to caller, can only see the viz. The other person can't actually see the visualization. They're going to tell the second person, the vizzer, what to actually create. So, and here's the thing: they're not team. The caller doesn't actually have an open workbook, so they can't be like, oh, take this calculation. No, I actually should probably give some more detail. I'll help out a little bit. Part of the fun of figuring this out is which calculations to use, but some of them are self-labeled in there. It's just order date. I may have taken the name of that dimension or that date field out of there. So anyway, that person's going to tell the vizzer, and the vizzer has to create it. And guess what? The caller can't see what the vizzer is creating. So it's like both are blindfolded in the process a little bit on what the final outcome should be. And this is meant to be a fun exercise more than anything, and it allow us to see some of the flexibility of Tableau. So, oh, by the way, we'll put a time limit on it, and that's part of it. Like, I'm pretty sure that I have more than enough that it's not expected to get to completion. Just I wanted to make sure that there's plenty of details that could be caught along the way, but each team will have 20 minutes. So what we'll do is I'm gonna shortly walk through the actual, we'll get to the schedule. All right, so now you can see 20 minutes each team. We'll see where everybody gets. So here are the teams. Team number 1, we've got Aiden and Sean. Just a quick introduction. Aiden is a principal consultant at Tessellation, and she runs co-runs the Twin Cities Alteryx user group. So we got an Alteryx individual in on there. Aiden is going to be the Vizzer on team one. We have Sean as well. Sean, he did not send me his bio, so but I do know enough about him to look him up on LinkedIn and get some of the actual details. He's a senior business intelligence developer at Cerner in Kansas City. He's a Tableau ambassador. He co-leads Workout Wednesday, which I can put a thumbs up on as also being a co-leader of that. And then he has his website, hipstervizninja.com, if you want to like do all things Tableau. So got that covered off. Team two, we've got Heidi and Brandy. Heidi is going to be the caller and Brandy is going to be the Vizzer for that. Heidi is analytics, I can get this out, analytics evangelist at Information Lab in Germany. So she's late night coming in to help support. And she's all over the Tableau community. So if you haven't ever run into her stuff, like now you'll be more aware. And she's also a Tableau ambassador. So we got a lot of ambassador support coming through today. And last but not least, we've got Brandy, who did send me a bio. So she gets the more official bio, is a manager of a data and analytics team at a global investment firm. She's she is working on her master's, or is it finished? I missed that point in there, at Northwestern in predictive analytics, which, I'm a little biased on anybody who's doing I don't have a master's from there, but I'm just biased towards anyone working on data science things. And she's also co-leads the Milwaukee Tug, and she's a Tableau ambassador as well. And you can go check out any of her content. She's got a lot of great stuff on brandybeals.com. So thoughts of great support coming from the overall community today. This is, and we just gotta, like, if you don't get a chance in the comments, be sure to properly thank them along the way, because they are definitely going out on a difficult challenge to recreate a viz with very little knowledge about what's going on in the visualization. They've got, so the data set, by the way, is going to be Tableau Superstore. We've all probably experienced working with it just because it's the default data source. I didn't want to have to worry about like getting a connection to a data source. So we've got a really simple, relative to where we could go, set of visualizations that are going to be recreated. So here's the plan. We've done the kickoff. Next, I'm going to do an overview of the visual. So if you are Brandy, Heidi, Aiden, or Sean, if you could just step away, and I'm going to message them. I have them on Slack on this other screen over here to when to bring each of them back in. If you could all just step out, because in a few minutes, I'm just going to walk through the actual visualization. And for anybody who's on the call, I'm just going to highlight a few components that are worth noting, so that as you watch them build, you can sort of follow along and think, okay, did team one cover that off, or did team two miss this other piece over here? What was, like, help guide you in the building process. So team one will go first, team two will go second. That'll be 20 minutes each. You'll notice I sort of left a little gap in there so that we can get to it. And then we'll do a little bit of debrief, because lots of people need to be out of here by 4, including myself. So that is the plan. And hopefully everybody's left, because I'm about to open up the visualization right now.
So Luke, is this like telestration for dashboards? Am I getting that correct?
What's that?
I said, is this like telestration for Tableau dashboards?
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
got
exactly. Telephone or whatever you want to call it.
Awesome.
Hold on, I'm going to message them. They're asking, was I supposed to drop? And the answer was yes.
Nice.
All right, so here we go. Here it's like I said, it wasn't going to be overly complex, but there are some components to it that are worth noting. Here's what they will see. They will only get to be able to interact with the visualization. So they're going to have to figure out what's going on. And I tried to be descriptive in almost every field so that it was easy to work with the exception, I forgot to call out order date on the axis here. So this bar chart, descending bar chart, top 10 states by sales the big thing to call out here is if I escape and go look at the sheet, the one thing that we'll look for is if they get rid of the axis and put labels on it. There's some formatting that they can cover off and do the sorting, but the thing is, can they get the axis labels on there and hide the axis? So that's step one. We'll go to this scatter plot, or sorry, line chart for number 2, and you'll notice the big thing here is that we have the dots that are colored by region, and we have a gray line showing up. That's going to be a dual axis chart, so that's important to call out here on rows. But you'll also notice that another little twist here is I made the axis, the date axis, which we normally would work with, as a continuous axis instead of a discrete axis. I think this will get missed along the way. This, if I was going to predict somewhere where there's maybe some time that could be skipped, is definitely here. And maybe the labels are the thing that, if they get the continuous axis, get overlooked and moved on to the next part. Because I think, you have to, if you're going to do this, right click, format, and then change the axis label on dates here. It automatic shows up as a number. So that'll be the big thing to catch here. Will they get this this figured out? And sorry, I have to look around multiple screens here. The third viz is just a map, and we are highlighting region in the data set. So region states are made up of a region. In the current 2020.4, that's automatically created. So they don't have to go about creating a custom shape here. It just comes in as is. And then the dots are by state, and they are sized by profit, which we call out in text. And then we're using profit ratio as well. No customizations here. This viz shouldn't be too, well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. There are 2 different ways to make this visualization. I did the traditional pre-2020.4 way, doing a dual axis. You might see map layers come into play here. And then the last viz is actually the part of the most difficult part. What we have are the top 10 cities for sales. We also make a table with profit and profit ratio. We're using measure values. You might see someone try putting things out on columns here to make the visualization. That would make a bar chart. But I would anticipate to see something like this. I had to create a custom calculation to do city, comma, state. So there will be one custom calc for this to show the top 10 and all others. What they'll need to do is create this calculation, city, state, then right click and create a set. After they create a set, they'll choose the top 10 by sales. That'll create this set. They'll put that out in front of rows, and that's going to sort these values, separate these values. Well, they're not quite going to be separated. What it'll look like originally is we'll see the top 10 showing and then all others continuing down. They'll need to create a calculation that looks like this. And I'm just watching the clock very carefully as I wrap this up. So last little part that needs to be done, they're just going to say if it's in the set, if it's in the city state set, then city, state, else, all others, end. And that'll be the calculation that's going to drive these labels. So if it's in the top 10, we'll see the label. If it's not, don't show that. And then we'll see, we sort of have that aggregation. Because we put the set to the left here, it separates everything out, and then they just need to hide that set. And that's, we have a lot on here. Last part that I added to just in case like they were cruising along is I added some interactivity on the dashboard. So when you select a particular state, it will just filter out to that state. Hence why you see a context filter here on this view. So that is the visualization that they will attempt to create. And I am just going to message both Aiden and Sean to come back here in a second. But first, I'm just going to turn off my screen share because Aiden's going to return, and then we have to give her access to share. So I'm just going to message them right now. Any questions from the leaders as I get everybody back in?
Who's doing the talking and who's doing the developing in this round?
Yeah, so Sean is going to be doing the talking and Aiden will be doing the vizzing.
Nice.
All right.
I'm literally sitting here with popcorn, just like can't wait to watch the show happen.
So we're just waiting for them both to return. There's Aiden.
Hello.
Hey, Sean. Can someone give Aiden permission to present, or is that me? I'm really good at this.
I think I can do that, maybe. Just
Awesome.
considering having technical difficulties, but
So Aiden, thanks for already connecting to the Superstore. I'm gonna get the old, I should have had a separate page out here. In fact, I can do this. I'll pull up a timer. Sean, whenever you guys, anybody wants a timer check, I'll give like every 5 minutes, and then the last 5 minutes, I'll give you a notice every minute, if that's
All
fair.
right. So I'm just so I'm clear, I'm not supposed to be watching what she's doing.
That's right. Please.
Okay.
Yep.
All
You're going to have, hopefully on your screen, you have just the Viz open that I sent you. By the way,
do.
the date field in there is order dates, just
Okay.
as a reference. I think all the others are pretty clear. I
Yeah.
know that you know Superstore pretty well,
Yeah.
but if you have any questions about the data, we're all here to support. We went
Okay.
through the entire visualization, all the components,
Okay.
and we sort of walked through it. And I think everybody's going to is maybe excited, including myself, to see how it goes. So are you both ready to go here?
I'm ready. Aiden, are you ready?
I suppose I am, yeah.
You guys can do it. We believe in you.
All right, 20 minutes is on the clock,
All right.
and go.
All right, Aiden. So your first sheet is going to be a bar chart. I need you to create a set of top 10 states by sales. Let me know when you're done. And then
Top 10 states by sales. Okay. I'm not super familiar with Superstore.
It's
Give
going to be in the
me-
hierarchy of locations.
There she
you go.
is. Okay, and I'm creating a set of this.
yes.
Okay. All right, top 10 states by sales.
Yep.
Like top 10 count here or oh,
So
sorry.
so in
Oh,
the
by sales. Sorry. There we go. Sum of sales.
yep.
Cool.
Okay. So now add your state dimension to rows.
My state dimension to rows. Okay.
Add
that.
your new state set to filters.
Oh, my state dimension. Got it. In or out?
In.
Give me 1 second. I added the set to the rows. Now states in there. Got it.
All right. And now add sales to the columns and add mark labels.
Okay.
All right.
Any like, is it just flat out the mark labels, or are we
Yep.
formatting that in any way? Okay.
Well, what I think I'm gonna do, and you tell me what you want to do. We're gonna get the basics of each of the different charts, and then we'll come back and do formatting if that's if you're okay. with it.
Works for me.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So that takes care of that one. We'll come back to it. Create a new sheet.
Cool.
All right. So, are you on version 2020.4?
I am. I just downloaded it.
Excellent. We have a brand new feature that is featured in Workout Wednesday that we're going to make use of right now. So take your region geo dimension and add it to, just double click on the region and
Okay.
it should create a map with 4 regions. You may
It
have to
is
change.
loading.
You may have to change the mark type to a filled map.
Cool, got it.
All right, now take your state dimension and drag it onto the canvas, and you should see a add map layer dialog in the top left.
Fun. Okay, got it.
Okay, now you want your states to be circles,
Okay.
and then you need to size those circles by sum of profit. So just drag profit onto size,
Got it.
and it's
Got it.
also going to be colored by sum of profit.
Cool.
And you can just
Got it.
you can just leave the default blue and orange for now.
Sounds good.
All right. Oh, now click on the region map layer, and we need to color that by profit. I think it's profit ratio. Let's just do that. Just drop profit ratio on
Okay.
color for the region layer.
Okay. Got
All
it.
right, great. All right. So that takes care of that. We'll come back to it. Create a new sheet. This is going to be a trend chart. I don't see a date filter or anything like that. So we're going to bring order date, and we're going to do discrete month.
I can confirm no filters, by the way.
Thank you.
Order date, discrete month. Okay. And is that on rows or columns?
Your rows are going to be, rows is going to be sales. Columns is going to be discrete month.
Okay. Okay.
Now drag region onto detail.
Okay.
So you should now have 4 lines, right?
Yes.
Very good. Now drag sum of sales again to create a dual axis.
Okay.
That second axis, we're going to change the mark type to a circle.
Got it.
And we're going to add region to color for the circles.
Okay. So it's like a line chart on top and then a dot plot on the bottom. Yeah.
That's right.
Oh, by the way, you're 14:30 to go.
Thank you. All right. All right. So now I think, all right, so let's edit the colors of the circles.
Okay.
Central is going to be blue.
Got it.
East is orange.
Okay.
South is red.
West blue, light blue.
Yeah, like a teal, kind of like a teal color. But
Okay,
if
I
you
think
don't
we may
have
have
that, just
already.
whatever. I'm not concerned about color, but
Okay, I think we got it.
all right, cool. All right, so that takes care of that. Oh, also while we're here, drop the size of your line mark all the way down, so it's a really thin line.
Okay. And then is this dual axis or is this just 2 separate?
Oh yes, sorry, dual axis synchronized.
You might have said that. That could have been.
That's all right.
There we go. Okay, and are the dots pretty large in comparison, or are they kind of little too?
They're little, yeah. You can drop them down.
Okay. Cool.
All right. That takes care of that. Let's go to the next. Let's create a new worksheet.
Okay.
So we already created our, a state set. We're gonna now create a city set. But before we do that, we need to create a, just so we're sure, we need to create a new calculated field where we're going to concatenate city and state with a comma and space between.
Okay. City, comma, state. Okay.
Mhm.
Got it.
All right, so now what you need to do is with that newly created calculated field, we need to create a set off of it, and it's going to be the top 10 cities by total sales.
Okay.
Now, what we need to do, so you should now have two sets. So if you click both of them, so click the state set and then control or command click on the city set. You
Okay.
should, and then right click, you should see an option to create combined set.
That option is grayed out.
Okay. Click on just one of the sets. You see, can create combined set.
I do not.
Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so let's go. We'll come back to that. Drag your newly created concatenated field to rows.
The concatenated field. Okay. Rows.
Yep, and then you're going to create a measure values table crosstab. So drag measure names to filters and select sales, profit, and profit ratio.
Okay.
Okay.
Measure names on columns and measure values on text.
Yes. Okay, now let me think here. Oh, okay. So now what we need to do is
Just saw Brad's comment and I'm concerned by what Luke's face looks like now.
all right. I think I started describing too quickly. So take your city, concatenated city off of that.
Okay.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to create a new calculated field. And it's going to say if city set and state set.
Just under 10 minutes to go.
Thank you.
So sorry, so that city state set. So if city state set and if,
And so you're doing a concatenated, so you're going to we're going to compare. We need a way to get the top 10 cities to show, and then we're going to basically group up all of the other cities within that. So I guess we could just do it the other. We could just do it one way. So let's try this. If city state set, then return the city and state, else open quote, all others, end quote,
okay,
end, and then end that calculated field.
Okay.
And then drag, and now take that up to the rows, and you should have 11 marks, starting with, so you should see 11 marks, 10 cities, and then one row of all others.
Yep, got it.
Great. Now you can take, if you do have, so now we need to make that measure name crosstab again. So sales, profit ratio.
Okay. Got it.
And we need to sort cities by, descending by sales.
And for the profit ratio, it was just showing 0. I'm assuming you want that in like a percentage or something.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. So we're sorting by what?
It's okay. Sorting descending by sales.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Now, what we also need to do is we need to now create another, let's let's create another set off of this field that you just created. So just right click. So over in the data window, in the data pane, right click, create set.
So just to clarify, I'm creating a set off of the calculated, like that if statement that I just did.
That's correct.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm up that. So what?
Okay, you're gonna just select all others.
Okay.
And then take that field, that set, and drag it onto rows at the left outermost position.
Okay.
And make sure that all others is on the bottom. So you might have to do a sort on that set because I think it's, yep.
Yep. Well. Okay, got it.
All right, and now what you need to do is right click inside of that text table anywhere and click format. And
Okay.
and then go to the row banding. I think that's the paintbrush icon on the left in the
Got it.
pane. And then down at the bottom where it says row banding, you'll need to play with that until the all others row is all filled in and the cities are not.
Okay, got it.
Got that?
Yep.
Great. All right. So let's see. I think that takes care of that. Just so I'm going to read back the list of back of cities. So we've got New York, LA, Seattle, San Francisco, Philadelphia, Houston, Chicago, San Diego, Detroit, and Jacksonville.
Bingo.
All right.
And then all others, which is grayed out a little bit by the banding.
Excellent.
Do you want, am I hiding the in and out
Nope.
field?
Yes, hide that.
Okay. Oops, that was the wrong way to do that. Okay.
Great. All right, let's go back. Let's create a, let's go ahead and create a dashboard so that we have something. What, can we get a time check?
Sorry, I was so mesmerized. You have 4 minutes, 30 seconds.
Great. All right, create a dashboard. This is just going to be a simple 4-box dashboard.
Okay.
So you could, so since we've got the time and I can show off, drop a horizontal, no, drop a vertical into your dashboard.
Okay.
Add, oh, let's say 30 pixels of outer padding on that dashboard.
On the dashboard or just the
On that vertical.
Cool.
And then you can throw in a blank to placehold.
Okay.
Now that you have that blank in there, take a horizontal, put it on top of the blank, not inside the blank, but on top of.
Got it.
All right. And so that inside that horizontal, you're going to have total your bar chart, your top 10 bar chart by over on the left.
3 minutes, 30.
And then you're going to have your map on over to the right of it.
Got it. Do we have any of those legends?
No legends.
Okay.
Next, we're going to take another horizontal container, drop it below that.
Got it.
And we're going to put your line chart in first, and then that table to the right.
Okay.
Get rid of your blank placeholder.
Okay.
All right, so now we can click the title of the line chart.
Okay.
And we're going to call it sales by month, and that is bolded.
Okay.
Don't worry about, Sean, don't worry about all the detail in there. That's there to help you.
Okay, got it. All right. So if we don't need to worry about that, let's do some other formatting. So let's go to
2 minutes 20.
all right. So let's go to the bar chart. Let's right click anywhere in the bar chart and go to format. We're
Okay.
going to turn off all of our grid lines.
Okay.
And then we need to go over to the board. Yes, we need to go to the lines, and we need to add an axis ruler, but only on the rows. And it needs
Got
to be a
it.
dark black, really thin, but really black.
Got it.
All right. We also need to remove the x-axis, so remove the value axis.
So I'm like hiding the sales header?
Yes.
Okay. And then just, sorry, are these all entire view?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, got it.
Excellent. And now I think we'll call that good. Okay, so now if we go back to the line chart, underneath the title, we need to add in the names of the regions, and they're colored by, the word is colored by the color of the mark, if that makes
1
sense.
minute.
Okay. I'm not, let me pull up the legend for really quick.
Tell you what, do this. Just drag the legend over next to the, put it inside that area. We'll just call that good.
Put it inside that area.
Yeah. Or float it. You can float it if you need to as well to make it look good. Since we're
Okay,
running-
that works too. And then on that same one is
30 seconds.
I'm assuming there's only one of the axes showing. Like, should I remove, since we?
No, we have, which one? The sales by month?
Yeah, sales by month.
Nope, we have both.
Oh, okay. And then entire view. Are these all kind of like equal sizes?
Yep.
10 seconds.
Anything else?
If you have time, you can add white borders to the map. So on
5,
both.
4.
So he's removing the borders,
3,
so like the dividers.
2, 1. Stop.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Awesome. I think, I guess everybody's been watching my face, but I will tell you, great. You will see great work across the board. Aiden, if you could hide your workbook and stop sharing, you guys can stick around and we'll go grab the other team. And we'll share what it looks like afterward. But I think we're all pretty excited about how that worked out.
Cool.
Yeah, very clear instructions. Much appreciated.
That was great teamwork. I loved it.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
All right, I've invited everybody back in here. I'm just checking our participants list.
Sean, I think you should start just like doing instructional videos for putting together IKEA furniture or something.
Actually,
Yeah, very clear
those are my two favorite things to do. So
Perfect. You
yes.
killed it.
Thanks.
All right, Brandy, if you could share your screen, you can open up Tableau and you can connect to Superstore right away to save some time.
Oh, you're on mute, Brandy.
All right, now I'm unmuted, but I was just saying, does anybody else get like paranoid, like what they already have open on their computer?
That's the world we live in.
And Heidi, are you there as well? I see you're
Yeah, I'm here just to check. You can hear me okay?
Oh yeah, this is so the last group did pretty good. They did not finish. I don't anticipate, like I said, we've made it so that there's just enough. So there's definitely no pressure any means. You guys, I'll have a timer. I'm going to set it for 20 minutes. And if I remember not to get mesmerized as I'm watching, I will call out every 5 minutes. So 15, 10, 5, and then every minute, the last 5 minutes. And I'll give you also a 30-second heads up and all that good stuff. So you'll have plenty of, I think you'll have plenty of time to get really, really far along the way. Any last questions? Oh, if there's, so just as a reminder, in the Viz that I sent you, the date field is Superstore, and there is no filter on that chart type, just so you know, in case you're like, because you can't see what's behind the scenes. And Sean was asking, is there a filter on the chart in the bottom left corner? So that's hopefully the rest. I think by the way, the text in the detail is there really for you to help understand what it is that needs to be recreated more than anything.
Okay, so we're not judging titles and stuff.
I mean, titles are good, but that's
Okay.
extra credit. I think the Viz is the more important part. Help guide you along the way.
All right, perfect.
Awesome. So I've got the clock started at 20 minutes, and we'll let you guys get started. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, filter states, the top 10 by sales, summer sales.
Okay.
Okay, drop states into rows and then sales into columns. And sort and label and get rid of the sales axis.
Okay.
Yeah, all right, first thing done. Second sheet. Put.
Heidi, sorry, I'll pause it real quick. Sorry to interrupt. One last thing, just to confirm, you're not watching Brandy's screen as you go, so it's going to be totally blind.
All right, that is good to know. All right, I'll just a sec. Yeah, I have you minimized. That's okay. That's going to be crazy. All right.
It's all. I just I watched your reaction to some things, and I was like, oh, I think. Just a reminder, it's all good. You can pick up from there.
Still doable.
Yeah, you guys are 30 seconds in.
All right. Okay. Second sheet. Drop order date on columns. Take the discrete month, but make it continuous. Then drop sales into rows. And move region to detail. Then duplicate the sales axis. Move region to color instead. And make the one where it's colored, make it circles. And then make it a dual axis.
So just to confirm, are they both axes are colored by region?
No, the one with the lines is not.
The one with the lines is not colored. Is it gray?
So just gray lines, but
Got it.
one line for each region, and then colored circles at the edges.
Got it. And then dual axis. Okay.
Yeah. Get rid of the second header, like the right-hand axis. We don't need to see that.
I assume that they're synchronized.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Synchronized, yes. And also depending on make the, all right, if you, damn it. Okay, format the order date thing.
Yep.
And make it the abbreviation.
And just to confirm, there's only 12 months, right? So each month has its own. And
Yes.
how's it abbreviated? Like just like J, F?
The three letters, yes.
Oh, the three letters.
Sorry,
Yeah, so JAN, FEB, so on.
Yeah, and if you edit, make the 0 line black and continuous. Just
zero line black.
For the just for the month axis, like, all right, so it's the zero axis, zero line of the sales, I think. All right.
I think I know what you're saying, but
So the
I
bottom
don't
line
know.
is black, but the
Yeah.
other axis is not. Okay.
Okay, I'll have to figure that one out, but go ahead.
Yeah,
Keep
or you
going.
are, never mind. Okay, third sheet. Double click on region. So we want region as a map. And then put,
Region is not a map. It's not a geographic element. So I've got, I've got country region. That's, I think, what we're talking about. Okay.
no, we want the northwest stuff, you know? All right, but then you can right click and assign a geographic role and create from state, I assume, on the region field.
And region is west or east?
Yes.
West.
Yes.
So California. Right?
What?
Sorry. I have state on the level of detail.
Well, we're also gonna need that. But also we want region as a geographic field.
Region is not a geographic field. Sorry, I'm getting confused.
Right click, change the date type, like assign a geographic role. And at the very bottom, you should have create from, and you can create that from state.
Got it. Thank you. And that goes on there as well, just on the detail?
Yes.
Okay.
And then we want to color by, I guess, profit.
Profit field. We have profit ratio, or profit bin. Do you have any?
Just profit. Just profit, I assume.
Cool.
Yeah. So it should be all kind of blue. So you should have a filled map with 4 regions showing, just to confirm.
No.
Then get rid of state in case you still have that.
Yeah. Okay, and then, it's okay. So now it's a blue gradient.
Yeah, perfect.
Yep.
Now drop state on the layer thing. So we need a second map layer with state.
Second map layer. So like
just
duplicated axis.
And then in the upper left corner, you should have add layer or something.
Okay, let me see.
Brandy, I think you're not in 2020.4, but it's okay.
Yes,
do the approach that you were taking. I make sure that it was in case this did happen.
Yeah, sorry, I was not prepared for.
By the way, you have 15 minutes remaining, and just as a heads up to you two, you're about 3 or 4 minutes ahead of where the other team was.
All right, so we can calm down. I mean, no, don't calm down, Heidi. Let's keep going.
I'll never calm down. I'm panicked. All right, let's make this a dual axis then.
Right now it's a filled map, the states. So what kind?
Yes, exactly. And we wanted circles instead. And size them by profit.
And what color?
Probably profit ratio, because that's on here.
So colored by profit ratio, size is profit.
Yes, just as a side note to the attendees, do not size by profit, because that can be negative, and negative size just doesn't make any sense. Okay.
Right, that's fun.
And also the mark borders, they are all white.
Okay.
Both on the map and the circle thing.
Okay, on the map, I don't think you can do it on the map. Can you? Maybe. All right. Okay.
Okay. And I think we're good. Let's try the fourth one. All right, so this is going to be a bunch of calculations. You need a calculated field which combines cities, comma, state. And don't do a combined field, because
okay.
Calculation for a reason. So city, comma, state.
Okay, 1 second. Is there a space after the comma?
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Then make a set out of that calculation that you just created, and make that the top 10 by sum of sales.
Okay.
Then create another calculated field called cities, where you basically want, like, if the set that you just created, then the calculated field you just created, else all others. End.
Okay, hold on. And can I do an IIF like statement?
Yeah, sure. Absolutely.
So if it's in the set, then use the city state, otherwise use the city.
Otherwise, use all others as a string.
Oh, like the string, got it.
Yeah.
All others, got it. Okay.
All right. Move that field to rows. Then put sales on text or label or whatever it's called in English. And then, yeah, well, come on, this is.
You're great. No, that's great. It's a good call out.
Sort by
You
sales.
have 12 minutes remaining and you're about 4 minutes ahead of where the other group was.
All right,
Okay.
perfect. Sort by sales. And then, all right, is all others, it's not in the end right now, right? Okay. Move the set also to rows, like on the left side of rows, but then hide the header.
Yeah. I got you.
Right. So that all others should be at the bottom now, right?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. And then we also want profit in the table. And
First or
profit
second
ratio.
column?
Second.
Okay. And then profit ratio?
To the very right. Yeah.
Got it. I have no decimals on any of these values.
That's fine. Profit ratio should be in percent, but that's, yeah, probably good.
Yep.
Right. And then we want to have like the grid lines between every row. I'm guessing there's extra points for formatting. So.
Got it.
And then
they're banded.
Filling the band, yeah, the colored stuff, we only want all others. So you probably need to go up a level or something.
Well, right now it's every other.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's fine. The banding is perfect, but then under level, we want to go one to the left.
So
just all others should be colored
it's
now. So
okay. Yep.
Perfect. Yeah, and then we're good. So let's move to the dashboard.
Okay.
I think it's 1,000 by 800.
10 minutes to go.
Yeah.
All right.
1,000 by 800.
We have time. Like, what have you been up to recently, Brian? No.
Right.
Okay. So we want the bar chart on the top left.
Okay.
The map on the top right. The line on the bottom left, and then table bottom right. So it should be 2 by 2, pretty equally sized. And all right, okay, this is where it gets a bit tricky. So we need dashboard actions.
Okay.
From the map.
A filter action.
Yeah,
Okay.
filter action. Sorry. Yeah. So when you select the map, then we want to filter the table and make that, I think we need to do that separately, make that just the region.
Okay.
And then also make another action for just the state. So same thing essentially.
Yeah. So 2 separate actions.
Yeah, I think we need that.
And then is the default like show all values when clearing the selection? What's happening?
Yes.
Okay. And then by state. Yeah.
Yeah, the first one should be by region, the second one by state. Yeah, perfect. All right. And then can you just like filter anything in the map?
Yeah, I can filter like.
Yeah, do
both of
that,
them.
please.
Yeah.
But then go to like when you have something filtered, go to the table sheet and make that action filter a context filter.
Got it.
And then
both the region and the state.
Yeah, both of them.
Okay.
So we should always see up to 11 values in the table.
Totally.
All right. That is, I feel like that's pretty much it. So it's probably
okay. How about like a data dashboard title or titles of the sheets?
Yes, exactly. So it's just beautification now.
Okay.
For the bar chart, call that top 10 states by sales.
Okay.
We don't have any grid lines in there. But
Okay.
like the axis, like I'm not sure if it's the 0 line or the axis, but that's completely black.
I don't know
And
how to do
continuous.
that.
So it's either the what do they call it, like axis line thingy. So it's on the grid lines definitely. And then I think
Yeah,
not the
okay.
tick marks, but the other one.
I have like 0 lines under like the format lines menu.
Yeah, if that helps, then make that one black and continuous.
I don't know. What do you mean by continuous? I'm sorry.
Like it's not dashed or dotted or anything.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
just
yeah. Got it. Like a
just
solid
a
line.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, solid.
Okay. I have that.
Yeah, and no like the other grid thing.
Yeah.
None of that.
If anybody knows how to do this faster after we're done, I'd love to know because I do this crap all the time and it's annoying. So, okay, I think I got it, but I don't really know.
And I think it's the standard blue, so that's good.
Yeah. What about column header? Does it say state on there?
Yeah, it does say state.
Okay. Okay.
That's it basically. If you go to the line chart thing, that's called sales by month.
Actually, another question about the bar chart. Is it filled or like a fit entire view or standard?
Entire view.
Okay, great. Sales by month?
Yeah, also entire view. And then sales by month. Exactly. The date axis does not show the header. Like it does show the months, but then not the title.
Yeah.
And it only shows every other month. So December, February, April, June, etc. Should, like if you edit the axis, should be on the other thing where you decide like tick marks and then every other. Yeah.
Yeah. And so right now I see December, February, April.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
You have 5 minutes remaining.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, and then if you want to go the extra mile, under sales by month, it says central pipe, east pipe, south pipe, west, like the pipe symbol.
Wait, where is this?
In the line chart.
Okay. Sorry, can you repeat that?
Sorry, the title has an extra line. So the title should be sales by month, but then in an extra line, we have the regions listed with a pipe symbol in between.
Okay.
And then
like
each
central,
has
east,
south,
and then west. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And each region like has the color. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So central being blue.
Yes.
East being
orange.
South is red. Are they the same size as the title?
Slightly smaller.
Okay.
And it's all bold.
Bolded. Even the title or just the line?
Everything's bold. Everything's bold.
4 minutes.
Okay.
Right.
What about like lines on the chart?
We do have grid lines.
Yeah.
The sales axis is only labeled like every 50K. So it shows 0K, 50K, 100K.
Okay, hold on. And then does it have like the weird lines and like borders on the map or on the chart?
No.
Okay. So tick marks every 50.
Yeah. 50K, yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
Then the map is called profit ratio by region and state.
The word "and" is spelled out?
Yes.
Is the word "and" spelled out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
We got time. Okay, got it.
Right. And then the table is called city overview.
You have 2.5 minutes.
Okay, got those two.
And then make all the titles bold.
Probably a better way to do this, but this is the way I'm doing it right now.
Yeah. I don't know what you're doing, but it's probably fine. So yeah.
Well, I'm not doing it like for the whole workbook. I did it individually.
Yeah, well, right.
Okay. What about like
Um,
legends on the right-hand side? What order are those in?
No legends. Oh yeah, get rid of the legends.
All of them. So no color
All
for
of them.
profit ratio or color like profit.
Yeah, nothing. There's really just the 4 charts on there.
What about the table? Does it fit entire view?
Yes.
Okay. And okay. And the table has like a board, like a line after the city name. You know what I mean? Like a column.
No,
Order.
no, like column lines, just between the different rows.
Just under 2 minutes.
Surprised I got that on the first try. Okay. What about border around the map or like map background?
Just the normal background, but no lines around it.
I wish that Tableau would just turn these things off by default. Anybody else with me on that one?
Yes, please.
That crap is garbage. What about the sales axis on the trend line? Like, is it like abbreviated with like 50 and then like a K? Because right now it's like
Yes.
50000.
Yes, and no currency symbol.
And no what symbol?
No currency. No like
Oh,
dollars.
okay. So just like
Just
the
100K.
number. Yeah.
Yeah.
And no decimal points, right?
And also, I think we have padding around
1
all
minute.
of them.
Padding around what? All of them?
All of them, yeah.
Okay. Do
So
you know
it's
how
probably
much?
something like, I would guess like
4.
10 around all of each. Does that make sense?
Stand by.
Yeah.
Yep. Is the sales axis like visible? Like you could see the word sales on the axis?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Just double checking. Okay. Anything else?
I feel like we're good. I don't know what you're doing, but I feel like we're good.
You have 10 seconds left.
Yeah, I mean, let's have a coffee, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'm really hoping, I don't know what you meant by like the black 0 axis. So
That's
I feel
fine.
like, you know, I think it was this way anyway. So don't be too mad at me.
All right, time
Another.
is, I'm not even gonna do a countdown. I'm just gonna say time is up.
Thumbs up. Okay.
All right.
All right, so that's that. Maybe since that the big discovery will be for the visitors to see, well, actually, I don't even think we haven't, Heidi, if you could now look at the screen, you can see how close it's come to the solution. Any thoughts on how close it is?
That's pretty good. Like, I'm proud how that looks. Well done, Brandy.
Well, you did great. There were some times where you're like, I need you to do, something. And I kind of found my own way of doing it. But then there are other times where you like, here's exactly the steps that you need to take. And you did it from like complete memory, which was just mind boggling and amazing. So thank you for some of that.
Working with clients virtually. So I know.
Oh, for sure. I hear you. I was just like, I don't know why. I'm just like a robot doing exactly what you're telling me to do.
Yeah, but great teamwork.
It's great. Yeah.
All right. So I think it's a pretty good. I'll share mine at the very end. But before that, if Aiden, you're still on, if you can, so Heidi, if you could stop sharing, and Aiden, can you share where you left off?
Yeah,
so
you
that
guys.
So that Sean can see the final work. And if Sean, maybe you caught it at the end.
Luke, we can have them share simultaneously.
Oh, we could have done that. I've totally forgot about that.
Well, here, I'll turn it on and you guys can do it.
You want me to?
Yeah, I just turned it on, so you should be able to share as well. Give it a whirl, Brandy.
Okay. It says I'm sharing.
Oh, okay. I mean, the other team.
It says that I am too, I think.
Okay, I don't know who I'm looking at.
I think we can see Aiden's at the moment.
We can see Aiden's.
And if I join in, we have 3, but the question is, can you see more than one at once?
Oh, you guys, there's view options. And there's side-by-side mode, I think.
Where is this? I'm not even seeing it. Maybe you have to do it because you're the host. You have to like turn that on.
I can select between all three of your
Here,
screens.
I'll
from
turn
the
mine
sheet.
off.
That's what I'm able to do, is I'm able to select between the two, but I can't see them actually.
Okay, yeah.
Side by side, but
I wonder if I can't because I'm like sharing my screen. I can't see the two.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It's
Oh,
I hope
all
the other
right.
one's really good.
no, this was
all right,
this
Aiden.
was great.
If Brandy, if you could stop sharing so that
Sure.
you would be, I think you'll be able to see it.
Yeah.
And Aiden's technically sharing for all of us already. And you can see, Aiden, if you go full screen too, then you'll see how they did as well. So you can sort of see the components coming together here. You've
Yeah.
got the bar chart, you've got the map, very similar. You've got your line chart, not a problem for any of you figuring out the dual axis of the sails, just adding region to color. You can see that Sean's got his his Kansas City cadence, which is nice and smooth all the way through. Had to rush to the end and threw the legend in at the end. And the text table is also correct in this case. Thoughts, Sean?
Yeah, no, this was a lot of fun. It definitely shows, and I think for the other team too, I really think it shows understanding the terminology within Tableau. The better your teammates and yourself are able to understand the terminology behind, as long as you're consistent, I think that's really important. But the other, I totally didn't even think about actions. I didn't even think about interactivity. I don't know why. I don't know what happened whenever I was looking through that, but
I saved that one. That was the just in case, and
Yeah.
it turns out that it was a good just in case, as Heidi
Yeah.
crushed getting through everything. And props, Brandy, for keeping up early on as I tried to hop in to slow down a little bit.
No, it was great.
I just want to, if I could, share my screen as well. And I just, I think that the final example was almost to a T, but just to do one last reminder of what I was looking, in the design, I should say, I was looking for, but what was created is we've got this visualization. By the way, the padding is 20. So the fact that you both were like, one did 30 and the other did 10, it was like props for almost knowing what I was going to want to put on the view. What I did was I did a state set as well. The top 10 is way easier, and I was definitely like props for making it easy by just doing top 10, because that is just that's what it is. It's the same thing. If you filter by top 10 or you use a set, it's doing the same deal. You can see this line, in case you're wondering, if this is like getting into the nuance of Tableau, this is a row axis ruler.
Oh.
And the difference between a row axis ruler and a zero line, if you look very, very, very carefully at these, well, first of all, I've got to put it on columns, but the difference here is the zero line will always be behind the bars,
Yeah.
and the axis ruler always is in front. So
I feel like I knew what Heidi wanted me to do, and I don't do that enough. So I'm sorry I failed you, Heidi.
Yeah.
I forgot the term axis ruler. Sorry about that.
You were working so hard for it too. You're like, it's right above axis kicks. And it was. So I did, so it was interesting that you all took the order I was trying to trick you into doing, is you didn't go the trick, which was I was thinking that the columns would go left to right, top to bottom, but you stuck with the bar, and then you went to the line chart, which is just a dual axis here. The big call out, which we did before everybody started, was the continuous axis here, which is nailed that for team number 2. Getting that on there. It's such a small difference too, because if I change this to discrete, it almost looks the same. I mean, the dot size changed here, but the big difference is now I only can select a single value here. And if I get rid of that, right, I don't have that same ability. So if I did somehow have a dashboard on that action on it, there would be just a small difference. Great work on the actions on this, and the call out of the dot size, by the way. So it's all the color is profit ratio by region and state, and then state circle size. I think both groups had one hiccup in. No, I think Sean, your team got it correct, and Heidi, I think you might have colored them. One was by profit and the other was by profit ratio, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, our field map is a sum of profit.
But you get like infinite bonus points for noticing that I had white outline around both the circle and the shape. And
that was perfect.
And Brandy's response to it was, to me, it was priceless. Around both of them?
Well, I've just never, I don't know if I don't think I've ever seen it around like a field map before. And I was like, I'm going to trust Heidi, okay?
Yeah, also infinite bonus points for Heidi in adapting to 2020.4 and switching it back, and knowing to go in to a region and assign a region. I was like, uh-oh. And I was going to give the tip, but you just didn't even miss a beat. And being able to create from state without like, it was just like that. So
I learned something, like I didn't know that was a thing. So thank you, Heidi, very much for that.
And what I was thinking was going to be a tricky last Viz here ended up both teams, like, not a problem working through it. Sean, just one critique on your solution is that you can just use the set. You actually created a set from, I'm sure you were like, oh, I didn't need to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. And I was also trying to do a combined set, but had I looked for interactivity, I would have known that it was not, because if you did a combined set, you would not have been able to select.
The combined set was that Aiden was right in saying it doesn't exist because you couldn't put those two sets
so like
together.
a combined field, you can't do a set on?
You can do a combined set. So if you have a top 10 states, and so I think it has to do with the same dimension. That's what a combined set is, right? So you can have a set for the top 10 states, and you can have a set for the bottom 10 by profit, and then you can do a combined set that says, show me the states that are in the bottom 10 sales and the top 10 profit, or something like that. So
got it. Okay.
And the last thing to call out here was your state or region select, which is what you were able to hit on with no issues whatsoever. You had a context filter based on your action, used a filter action. I was in a rush when I was putting it together. I was trying to get it to work, and I don't know where I was 12:30 last night while I was watching something my wife had on. I was vaguely paying attention, and so I couldn't get it to work on my part. So I was like, I'm just going to use a parameter action, but the filter action was my intent, and you even beat me to it. So great work overall. We've got a few minutes left. If any of the participants want to add in any final comments on,
I also noticed that we put together our dashboards differently. Brandy did a tiled dashboard where I used containers.
Yeah, I also used tiled at the time, just because it's it comes together pretty quickly. But either way, like, containers are, to me, the bonus point for getting it organized for mobile dashboard more than anything.
Right.
I was going to ask, because I just did it because it's like the easiest way I know to like get stuff on the dashboard. What's the benefit to using the containers?
Like Luke said, getting containers will help for multiple device creation. It also is there for.
I
It
could
just
have
spaces out
been
better.
I could have been very mean and sized these to be like 300 pixels by 700 pixels, and you would have been able to select a column, change the size on it. But I feel very, again, focus on me. I feel very validated in that this challenge was exactly 20 minutes long.
Yeah. No, this was great. Yeah.
All right. Any last, how did it go from any of the participants?
I love that
For me,
Serena messaged and was like, get rid of your legends. Like she was like, girl. I wasn't even watching. I didn't have time because Heidi was just, chatting so much. But sorry, what were you going to say?
for me, it was a huge relief to have somebody actually understand what I'm trying to tell them to do via a virtual setting, because usually that is not the case. And I say things 10 times and they still don't know what to do. And I didn't even have to look what you were doing and just knew, okay, this was going to go all right. So from a professional standpoint, that was an amazing experience for me.
It's I think it's great. I think you mentioned it earlier, like having that common terminology helps so much, right? Like when you say row shelf, I know what you mean. When you say, dual access, I know what that means. So thought that was pretty awesome.
Well, we don't have any crowned winners. Everybody was a winner out of this because you got all 4 individuals, all 2 teams crushed it. As I was as you can attest to my messages on Slack where I was like, you guys will do great. Trust me, it'll all go great. We'll have a little fun along the way. So I will say, that's a wrap for this year. I anticipate doing this again next year. Serena, do you have anything to add? I'm sure parting wisdom as always.
I don't know about wisdom, but yeah, that was awesome. Thanks to Luke for facilitating. Thanks to all of our participants. You guys did amazing and it was fun. And I'm just super impressed with all of you. I hope that the rest of you guys watching learned a little bit and had as much fun as I did. And maybe we'll do it more than once a year, Luke. If anybody was just like feeling like they really want to test their skills and do something like this, let us know and we'll set another one up and do it again.
I can always put some, we can put some other flair into a different type of challenge to go with it.
Awesome. All right. Well, thanks everyone. Until next month.